Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 17. And since it's the Olympics for our French viewers, 17. Who saw that coming? I am your host, Drew. This is my co-host, co-creator, Anthony. And behind the boards, behind the lens, the third legs of the tripod, producer, Lisa. We are your Fully Lacking team. What's up? How you living, dude?
I'm living.
It's good to see you. Clean haircut.
Thank you, sir.
Looking thin. Couple pounds down. I can see that. Shedding the LBs, one would say.
You got your fresh cut too? Are you continuing to shed some LBs
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
All right.
I went with the tighter shirt. I know you can see my man boobs, but at least I look cute in it.
How's the journey going for you?
It's hard. It's treacherous. Peaks and valleys.
Gotcha. That gave a lot of information. Yeah, I mean, what changes have you made or continued to make?
I'm eating more.
Okay.
And I know that sounds weird, but contrary to popular opinion and belief, I don't eat a lot. I would eat maybe once a day. And when I would eat, I would just like shovel food in my mouth and then go to sleep. That explains for my morbid size.
Gotcha.
So I get to it before the haters can. All you could do is agree now, bitches. So I've been eating more. I've been trying to drink a little bit more water. I gotta be more active, but it's definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint. So
Yeah. Be proud of yourself.
I want it to be long lasting. I don't want it to be like go hard for 3 months and then I fall off for 2 years type thing.
Yeah, you don't want to commit to like a diet that's like not sustainable, like cutting out like certain foods you really like. Like
Correct.
it's all in moderation.
All in moderation, my brother.
I'm proud of myself as you've pointed out. July, I committed after the vacation to not drinking sodas and not eating candies, which are desserts, which I largely accomplished. In addition to lots of table tennis, VR, and the gym, I've managed to lose about 8 pounds in the past 3 or 4 weeks. So
It's a big deal.
yeah, down to trying to get into the 160s, right on the verge of that, but it's difficult sometimes.
What do you remember your weight being when you were like comfortable? And that's not to say you're not comfortable now, but like what was it,
You know, the weight thing's an interesting thing. I was talking to our boy Vince about that today.
I know that guy.
And I've been able to pack on a bit of muscle. So like my baseline weight I think is a little bit more. You can do whatever. I'll edit this in a way that shows your face right now. But I packed on a little bit of muscle. So I think that I'm at a little bit more of a higher comfortable weight than
Love
normal.
it. Yeah.
So I think if I get
Putting
down
up 2
to
plates yet?
165, no, not with legs.
No, with your legs, you should be able to put up much more. With your arms, bench, 2 plates, 2 45s on each side.
No, not even. I've kind of like plateaued with benching. It's sad because I really love chest workouts, but like on the fly machine, that one. I'm about to max out that machine. So
You're
I'm
more
really
of a
proud
cable
myself.
guy. You're not like a free weights guy.
No, I like free weights, but I'm just not getting those up. I got the 45s and that's it.
When I was working out, I remember I got up to 2 plates and like it was a lot easier for me because one, I carry a lot more weight than you do, but two, I did team sports a lot growing up.
Yeah.
So like weightlifting wasn't. And so I remember doing it and I was like, oh, yeah, this is fun. Like that was Friday was chest day, right? So we would do, and flat bench was always a cool thing. And then incline press was cool for me anyways. And I'm, God, it sounds so braggadocious. I'm pretty strong. Like I'm a strong dude. And obviously it's because I carry around so much weight. So eventually when I hit goals for my weight and like I'm down to what I could imagine that I'll be pushing some real weight, which will be cool,
I think you're also more of a compact dude in the sense because I'm, as you can see, I'm built like an alien. So like
he has long arms.
I have long arms.
I have
and
short ones.
We've realized that long fingers. So
Yeah, have you seen his fingers? Zoom in on those bad boys.
yeah. So like that puts me, I think, at a
Straight out
disadvantage.
of a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I pop up at the end as the plot twist. I don't think my muscle forms is like regular because of how long my arms are.
Yeah.
So triceps are more my thing than biceps, but it's been quite the journey. It's been an interesting week as well. I just find myself on Reddit reading random subreddits. You familiar with Reddit?
Yeah, of course.
So like I get like felons and probation popping up, and I go in there and it's just so interesting. It's like, oh, I'm on my second DUI, and how do I prepare for this? And people give the worst advice, like go out shooting. It's like, what are we talking about? Like,
Well, you're drunk.
yeah,
It's
just like don't let anyone who's willing to take away your freedom. You got to go out shoot. Like people are wild, but
Yeah, you and producer Lisa be looking at the same stuff. She's obsessed with the prison system.
The prism system.
Yeah, no.
We both love lights
Good.
and shining through different angles.
She's why did I think prism was a shape?
It is.
Oh, because I was gonna say G
unit.
geometry. I failed that in high school.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, she's obsessed with the prison system. Like she wanted to work in the prisons. She wanted to go work inside the prisons, and I was like, Why do you want to do that?" She's like, "Well, I want to make a difference," which is incredibly noble, but nearly impossible at this point. I think. I don't know if prisons are there to. What's the word? Reform. I don't think they're there for reform. I think that they're there to create return customers.
Yeah,
Does that sound crazy?
No, it makes sense.
Some people I know that went to prison, their life's definitely changed, but the majority of them, they never really got out of the cycle, which is not passing judgment. I get it. Life is life, but I think that the prison systems could do better.
Teaches you to be a better criminal.
I mean, you commit crimes while you're in prison to survive prison, which is crazy if you think about it. It's like I'm in prison for a crime, but I have to commit crimes to survive being in prison for a crime.
Yeah.
I'll just remain a square and not go to prison.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. My week was pretty cool. It was busy, had lots of work. I don't know. It was nice. It was a cool our son Answer had open house, and so we took him to open house, met his teacher, his second grade teacher. That was cool. We did what is that? Scavenger hunt. That was fun. We ate takeout 5 days this week.
Oh wow. I heard you had a dream.
I did have a dream, and I'd like to talk about it right now. So I was dreaming. That's how it started. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And in my dream, I'm speaking with a cyclist. I don't know why I'm speaking with a cyclist, but I am speaking with a cyclist.
Now, when we say cyclist, we're talking like Lance Armstrong kind of cyclist?
Yes, like a bicycle artist, if one would say.
You can say that. I don't know if I would.
A cyclist, nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying? Athlete. Oh, no. We'll jump into that later.
Yeah.
But, so talking to this cyclist in my dream, and I'm like, what's this last run you did? And they're like, I just finished like a world tour. I went around the United States, right? Not a world tour, United States. And Dream Drew was like, oh, dude, I could do that. But not Dream Drew, real Drew, laughed at my dream in my sleep. I was like, no, you can't, dude. And then I woke up and I was dying laughing. I was trying to wake up producer Lisa. I was like, you're not going to believe what just happened. I interrupted my dream. I interrupted my consciously to tell unconscious me, like, all right, dude,
You're just like insecure in your head.
It was so, I've never experienced that in my life. But Dream Drew was like, oh, I could do that. And then I was like, dude, stop, bro. Chill out.
Relax.
Is that weird? Is that like the weirdest thing you've ever heard?
Interesting that you have this meta awareness of yourself, but also just kind of like roast yourself as well with it.
I don't know if that's good self-talk or bad self-talk, but I was trying to save Dream Drew.
What do you think was going to happen to Dream Drew?
He's going to die, dude. He's not David Goggins. He can't tape up his broken shins and go through Hell Week twice. By the way, David Goggins would hate me.
That's a really niche reference.
Yeah, David Goggins, he's a Navy SEAL. He is very well known for being a inspirational speaker, a fitness guru, and just an all-around like great American dude. Also very opinionated, very hard-shelled. And he went through Hell Week. Hell Week is one of the final steps to becoming a Navy SEAL. and it is treacherous. It's a week of literal hell. You don't sleep. It's constant workouts, whatever. So the first time, because he's one of the only people who went through it twice, the first time both of his legs, his shins broke. So he duct taped his shins and he got through Hell Week, and they found out he had an injury at the end of it, and they sent him home. Well, he had to do it again because he didn't complete it. And he did it, and he completed it. He's a Navy SEAL. He's served our country. He's an incredible dude. He hates fat people. Hates them. And I love David Goggins. So it's like, yeah.
How far would Real Drew get on a bike?
Pretty far. I sprinted like half a mile last night trying to move my truck I think you know this too. I'm not like a handicapped fat dude. Like, I'm very agile. I'm very able to do things still. It's just the want. You know what I mean? I could still run. I could still, yeah. I could probably get, I don't know.
Half a mile? Full mile?
I would definitely give myself more than a mile.
I don't ask this in a demeaning way. I think riding a bike is tough.
Yeah, that's only if you don't know how to ride a bike and you don't let the bike work for you. I know how to ride a bike. I know how to work the gears, so I can dig when I need to, and I can also, rest when I need to and make that. Yeah, so I would be fine for a little bit. I'm still 390 pounds, so I'm a big dude, but not forever. You guys in the comments, you just have to be like that for the rest of your life. Ugly inside. I could lose weight. Anyways, Lisa triggered me to think about something. Lisa, my girlfriend. It's on the sorry, Renee, it's not there yet. Shout out to Renee. Can you say shout out, Renee?
Shout out to Renee.
She's amazing. She's like a devoted follower and listener, and she's funny, and she likes cars, and she's a girly girl that works on cars. She has like she has like her nails done, and she's just in there like changing oil and spark plugs and shit.
Torque wrenches and stuff.
Yeah, it's a running joke from my friend. My friend and her share a beautiful son, and I tell him, I'm like, dude, you really dropped the ball with that one, because that's like the best it was ever gonna get for you, buddy. Yeah. Look at producer Lisa agrees. I love you, Jay, but sorry, dude. She got away. But anyways, Lisa has this unique vocabulary, and I'd like to say a couple words that on a normal would come out of producer Lisa's mouth.
Okay.
This isn't a segment. This is just a conversation. When I say giraffe, what does that make you think of? I'll say the word again. Giraffe.
I know what it's supposed to mean, but what I think of is like the NFL draft or like some beer,
Yeah, and you're like kind of leaving that tea hanging out in the Oasis, like you're not saying a hard tea.
Yeah. NFL draft. Producer
Lisa, can you give us the definition of giraffe? Go ahead.
It's an animal.
Okay, what kind of animal?
You should see her. You should see if you could see the condescension in producer Lisa's face when she said that, like she okay, let me try and replicate it, all right? This is producer Lisa. It's an animal.
Yeah, she's like, what's wrong with you two idiots?
Yeah.
What kind of animal is it?
Can you describe this animal to us?
It's a giraffe.
Okay,
yeah.
Giraffe.
That's been established.
What does it look like? What color is it? Because I guarantee our viewers and listeners do not understand.
I don't know, yellow.
Okay.
Isn't it yellow?
Okay.
What's the stature of it?
Yeah.
Is it a large animal or a smaller animal?
Very long neck.
Oh, okay.
A giraffe.
She's talking about a giraffe.
A giraffe.
A giraffe.
Giraffe, not a giraffe. A giraffe. That's one of Lisa's words, giraffe. And they're orange. When have you ever seen a yellow giraffe, bro?
I'm not gonna lie. I can see an argument for yellow.
No way.
Like the Toys R Us. What's his name? That giraffe? Or
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey? Is it Giraffery?
Giraffe.
Giraffery?
Giraffery. Are they orange or yellow?
I don't know, but
What do you mean?
She wasn't even looking at it. We were very enthusiastic. We were looking.
She can't spell it.
It's like, Google, do you mean giraffe?
What does it say?
it says it'll pronounce it.
Why? No, that's not the conversation.
Yes,
You
it
say it wrong.
You're saying it wrong.
No, it's draft.
You're saying
Oh,
draft.
look, let's give this an opportunity. We gotta let people be wrong to learn from it. So go ahead, producer Lisa. What are you doing? What are you filming? This sounds like
ASMR, dude. What the heck?
Is that rain
Is that
noises?
the Marshall Mathers LP? What the
Whenever
heck?
he's walking,
Dragging the body?
yeah. That was the first thing I thought of. I thought of murder, but I didn't know that's where it came from,
He's
dude.
putting Kim
What
in the
is going
trunk.
on over here? We thought she was looking up the color and she wasn't, and then she plays some rustling leaves like a serial killer.
What? We don't want to know its habitat. We want to know. We want to know what it's. What do you? Are you all right?
Goodness.
She just did this behind the camera. I do declare. She did that. What are you looking for? How do you spell it right and say it wrong?
We're all wrong. It's tan to almost black.
Fuck you, bro. Not Lisa.
They're kind of brown. They're kind of brown. That's fair.
Okay. Anyways, it looks orange to me, brother.
That's yellow.
That's not yellow.
The one on the right's yellow, but that's a children's
Toys R
cartoon.
Us toy.
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
So that's one of her words.
Okay.
I have another word for producer Lisa. This is something that she uses on a daily, just about. Okay.
Okay.
Garage.
Oh, jeez.
Garage.
Those G words really get to her.
Garage.
Garage.
Yeah. So that.
I would
Garage.
assume that's a character from Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Garage coming at us.
Hey, look, Garage just pulled out his lightsaber.
Yeah, Garage. Are you okay, Garage? Producer Lisa, go ahead and say it for us.
Close the garage.
See, you're pronouncing it correctly. That's not how you say
it still sounded pretty wrong.
It's
there.
garage.
Garage.
That's not right. The way you're saying it is not the way to enunciate it. Garage. Go ahead.
Garage.
One syllable, not a real thing.
Were
Garage.
you
Dropped.
Close. But was your parents really into peanut butter? Like whenever you were being taught to speak, and that's why maybe there wasn't full enunciation. You guys did just have peanut butter and jelly. It's a really odd coincidence. But maybe it was like garage. Maybe they're.
One more time for the viewers. Can you please pronounce that word?
Garage.
Okay, and what is that? What is the definition of garage?
It's where you put your car.
You put your car
In the garage.
in the where?
The garage.
I say garage. You're saying garage. You're
Yes.
saying one syllable.
Yeah.
One syllable. Garage is not. It's two syllables.
Is there speech therapy for adults? I could probably use it, but I'm learning she could
You
use
know what
it
I
as
could
well.
use? Alani here. If you guys can get this serum to eliminate the taste of like you've brushed your teeth recently, that'd be great because this has been a hard drink. This
Gotcha.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think
Garage.
these are definitely some interesting choices of pronunciation from producer
I have one
Lisa.
more. I have
Okay.
one more. This one was utterly shocking. I've truly only heard my girlfriend, producer Lisa, say this maybe once.
Okay.
She doubled down actually, so twice. She was watching a show. We'll get into the show she was watching later. Like, she was not unprompted. She was just like, man, I wish I was that athletic. And I said, what did you say?
Okay.
And she says, I wish I was that athletic. And I said, is there 4 syllables in athletic? I didn't. Where's that other coming from? So what do you mean? I was like, you don't say it that way. Am I right or wrong? Is that how you said it?
That's how you say it.
There's no way you're almost done with your bachelor's and that's how you say athletic. How do you say athlete?
Athlete.
How does this work?
It was close.
How does this work? Because athlete doesn't have the extra that athletic did. So,
Yeah.
but then it's spelled the same exact way in those first like 6 letters. So, where does the extra is it a silent invisible letter? Where does the
need to
come from in
understand.
athletic?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you say athlete, you don't say athlete.
You say athlete. No, you say athletic.
Athletic.
Why was that so hard? That's how you say it. Athletic.
No, it makes
Not
complete sense.
Athletic. There's all 4 syllables in athletic. I don't know, dude. Speaking of amazing athletes.
Wait. I would like to talk about my partner and how she says things.
Who's your partner?
Oh, that's right. I don't have one. Go ahead.
Speaking of amazing athletes, the Olympics are happening right now. Yeah. Producer Lisa, will you get us a medal count real quick? Will you Google and say Olympic medals 2024? I want to see what the United States is doing versus all the other countries. I've been watching this, right? A couple things. Simone Biles, absolute machine of an athlete. This woman is leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. She is 4'9" and is able to jump over Shaq. I don't know if people understand that. This woman is a machine. Oh, by the way, one of the oldest competing Olympians. The U.S. gymnastics team was the oldest gymnastics team competing this year. The oldest member is 27. In gymnastics, you're usually about 16 to 18 is when you're getting it to the big show. Could you imagine just being a 16-year-old like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Catching a flight to Paris. I'm going to the Olympics. Oh, all right. I was just going to go to a birthday party. Almond is having a water slide in his dad's backyard.
Simone's crazy.
Bro, it's insane how she does what she does. How many medals does U.S. have total?
We have 60.
60 medals? How many golds?
13.
What's the country behind us? Or ahead of us in golds? China probably, right?
Yeah, China has 16 golds.
Yeah, they do, man. They're so good. Their aquatics teams are insane. Remember we were watching synchronized diving? It's crazy.
You're talking about the jumping over Shaq. And I was watching this clip of, I want to say it was Vince Carter jumping over some European dude. Yeah. He just did him dirty with a dunk, like traditional Vince Carter style.
Yeah, but Vince Carter was like 6-something.
I know.
Is that,
it does not dismiss.
No. I know. But I'm saying that for the fact of like
comparison.
That's insane to me.
Yeah,
that's insane to me.
Did you see the TikTok trend of I didn't get the call for the Olympics and it shows people messing up gymnastics like really bad? No. It's hilarious.
Is it
dude.
Good?
Like just people like splitting their stuff on the poles and like getting stuck. There's this one girl doing like the twirly banner one.
I don't know what that sport is.
I don't know. Idea. There's someone kind of in that big mat and they're getting ready to do a backflip, but they were just stuttering on it. They were just kind of doing the back and forth rocking for like 2 minutes.
That's me.
It's just like, it's just really funny. And they have the Olympics music going with the, just look for it on TikTok.
Okay, I will. She sent me one and it was like a mom, like trying to figure out if I can make the Olympic team.
Yeah.
And she's doing she's like in a bathing suit, like a one piece, like trying to make it look like a leotard.
Yeah.
And she's just on couch pillows. She was actually incredibly athletic. Like I was like, holy shit. But yeah, no. I think that people don't realize the distance between like an athlete and an Olympian. Bro, it's crazy.
Unless you're that dude with the Pulp Fiction aim with the shooting, who just like probably was like, hey, I'm going to go out. I'm just going to stop by the Olympics real quick and be home in time for dinner.
Could you imagine?
No like extra gear or nothing.
He just showed up. Just absolutely put on a freaking clinic.
Got second place. No one's talking about the first place person.
Nobody has.
But you show up all casual Joe.
Everything is is like women's boxing. You heard about that scandal with.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all I'm going to say is that as a woman, as 100% a woman.
Yeah.
How she was born and her DNA, it could have gone either way because of the condition she has. She has high levels of testosterone. She has a different bone density. It does not mean anything. Like, it sucks because even the boxer that she fought came out recently and apologized. I was like, dude, my bad. It stinks because the country that this woman is from, her passport says female.
And they're not tolerant of transitioning.
At all. They would not
They would not let them represent that.
And so that's just hard, bro. It's hard because, like, regardless, it shows that a lot of people want her transphobic. And to each your own. Like, I'm not fully lacking people here. We do not judge, bro. You want to do whatever the heck you want to do. You do whatever you do. My personal opinion is people just be people. We are literally a melting pot of an entirety of the human race. There's so many different ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, freaking anything you can think of, right? And for us to sit here as one of the most powerful countries, if not the most powerful country in the world, and like punch down on a certain group of people because they're different, and that's just crazy. I've never agreed with it. I understand that racism works both ways, right? Like, us people of color can be racist to people that are white. Like, I am truly knowing of stuff like that, and so I've always kept my mouth shut. But this one was tough. Like, I looked into it. I watched hours of freaking research, and these doctors came out and spoke about it. It's like, dude, like, this girl got the short end of the stick. She was born a certain way. It's very rare, the condition she has. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
all I know is after this, I'm never going to talk about it again. But I think as a people, we could all do a little better, have a little bit more grace for people.
Yeah, and you don't even need to do hours of research.
No.
A little bit of research and some common sense would have told you that right away.
Yeah.
But there's some people on my timeline, and I try to keep people on my timeline who have some sense, but I think people are sharing this one specific image with this one specific caption and not doing any other research.
The girl was crying on her knees.
Yeah, and it was like, and it's just like, I think there's people I know who tend to hide sharing misinformation and sometimes hateful information behind jokes.
Yeah.
And you can't, we as adults, we got to take more accountability for what we're putting out there.
Yeah.
It's spreading misinformation, spreading that sort of thing.
And
I'm not the best. I've come from a long history of being very toxic on the internet. Honestly, like, I was wilding out in my early 20s. That was before.
Did you delete the tweets? They'll find them.
Yeah, I've gone through multiple Facebook, tweet, like all kinds of accounts. Like, if you've known me long enough, you know I've not been the best.
Yeah.
But I speak from someone coming from a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just.
Do you feel
wild.
like it's learned behavior? Like, before we move on to whatever else we're going to talk about, do you feel like it's learned behavior? Like, these things, like that. And I'm not even going to call it ignorance, because I feel like that in itself has a negative undertone to it. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but maybe like the not being in the know, what's acceptable socially. Because in my opinion, our society is different now. We are hypersensitive to everything. And anything said can be turned around and flipped into a negative. It doesn't matter. Like Trump, right? Everybody, there's half the people that love Trump, half the people that hate Trump. Okay. Somebody tried to take his life. Me saying that is like, oh, Drew's a part of the Matrix. That was a setup. Okay. What about all the people that died? What about the people that actually died in that setup, right? I don't think that people understand that we're not showed everything. And so I believe what I want to believe, right? However, this is the killer of this equation. Do not force my beliefs on anybody, ever, because it's not right. It's not fair. That's not what humankind should be. If you believe Trump set himself up to get shot, if I believe Trump got assassinated by some wild dude, I'm not going to be like, no, you have to believe what I believe or else I don't like you. I don't care. And I think that if the world understood that, it'd be a lot better for everybody. But they don't, because I feel like we're hypersensitive and we're so quick to turn somebody into a victim. I had dinner with somebody one time and they said that they were a certain groups of people's advocates. Why? Did they ask you to be? Did they ask you to be their advocate? No, they don't. They're not victims, right? So I guess my question for you is like, do you feel like this not being in the know comes from the upbringing, like not knowing to ask those questions, not knowing to have the confidence to be like, this is what I believe in. It's okay if you believe in what you believe in. Do you think that's taught?
If I'm understanding your question correctly,
Yeah.
I don't think many people have. I would call it ignorance. I understand the connotation, but I do think in the meaning of the word, it fits it. I think that I don't think there's many excuses for people these days. Everyone has access to the internet and Google. I think that there may be difficulties identifying real versus unreal information, and that's a fair point. But if you didn't even look for the information to begin with, I think you are positioning yourself, and I know it's going to be judgmental of me. You're setting yourself up to be judged. Like you're if you're in a position yourself as an idiot, as a grown adult with Google, then you are in the wrong, and you deserve to be called out as such.
Yeah.
I had a friend who I have a friend on Facebook who was just going off on people the other day. It was a lot of funny points, just really, but it's just like, come on now. We're in an era of information, and even if you're providing misinformation and you're open-minded to challenging that information, that's better than just running with sensationalist headlines, parading ignorance around.
So do you think that my approach of like, I just don't care about, like, I know what I believe and I'm just going to leave that, is like damaging maybe?
I don't think so entirely. I think there's a responsibility to have dialogues, and it's not just, I'm going to put mine out there.
Yeah.
And you're going to put yours out there, and then let's talk about it. Yeah. I think not in a persuasive but it's just let's see where each other is coming from, and make sure we're both coming from positive, educated places. If we're not willing to have those kind of dialogue, then we are going to be kind of divisive in general. So I think that's what I believe.
And look, I think that I'm just less combative with it. I was one way a long time in my life when I first got a voting age, right? I believed in a certain party, and then I started realizing, well, I kind of believe in some of the ideas from the other party. And it's funny because I am who I am, and I have learned to have social cues and understand when to speak, maybe, and when not to, because I'm a different type of person in the sense of like, I don't ever want to make anybody uncomfortable, right? It drives me crazy. It's down to if I smell, right? I don't like it. And so I'm a different case, but there's so many people just like me. And so I think that it's okay to stand up for yourself, but you don't have to stand up for yourself when you're not being called to. I don't know. Like if it's directed at me or if it's in my direct vicinity, yeah. But if I see something on Facebook I don't agree with, I'm not like in the comments like, bro, you're wrong. Which I'm not saying is bad to do. I'm just saying for me, I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like that person, that girl, that boy, they 100% believe what they're saying. They've put it on social platforms. They want the world to see it. I'm not going to turn them over with one comment. I'm just going to turn it into a combative situation, which, I mean, it does that for everything. Like everything is combative. Everything. Like we were talking about music the other day with Contube. Shout out to Contube. He's one of the realest to ever do it. We got on a call with him, and we were on that call for about 30 minutes, and we were talking about my feelings towards Eminem, your feeling towards Eminem, and then we kind of just went down this rabbit hole of like hip hop culture and as a whole and stuff. You brought up a question, and you said it into the group chat, and it was like a music like one goes, one stays,
or one got to go out of the whole group.
Yeah, so I want you. Do you have groups, or is it just that specific group?
It's just that specific group.
Okay.
We can have a spirited debate because I do believe in spirited debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the artists are Kanye, Lil Wayne, Drake, and then the big three: Kendrick, Cole, or the big two and Cole. So one artist,
the big two and Cole.
Yeah, because he's done. One artist has to go.
Okay, so who would you say?
You're not gonna like it.
It's okay.
People are not gonna like it.
Okay, I'll hear it.
J. Cole. J. Cole is a very talented MC, but has not had a widespread impact on the game as far as influence. Oof. Nobody's out there trying to rap like J. Cole.
That's because you can't, right?
Well, people still try to rap like Eminem. People still try to rap like Drake. People still try to rap like Kendrick. Maybe
Kendrick and J. Cole are in their own lanes, but I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, can you identify an influence or an impact on the culture, beyond just making good music for Cole? I cannot.
So the options were, the big three, and then who else?
Kanye West. Wayne.
Yeah, it's hard because without Kanye, none of those guys have beats. Like Kanye inspired an entire repertoire of beat making. Just the process itself. Lil Wayne there would be no Drake without Wayne. Not because he found him, but because Drake mimics the style of Wayne pretty well.
Kendrick's our generation's Pac.
Kendrick has no. You said what?
Kendrick is our generation's Tupac.
Yeah, Kendrick has no place to be put. He can't be put on this shelf. He can't put. He's very his own sound. I've always thought J. Cole was his own sound. I've never, dude. There's nobody that sounds like J. Cole because nobody acts like. Because you can't. And I will still say that J. Cole is one of the best MCs of our lifetime. I don't care what anyone says.
This is a much bigger question than just MCing.
Yeah. No. He's one of the best artists of our lifetime. Drake is the biggest artist of our lifetime, right? He's surpassed Wayne. He surpassed everybody. However, if I had to, if they're like, dude, one has to go, it would 100% be.
Just say it. You know, it has to be him.
It'd be Kendrick.
Oh,
It'd be Kendrick.
I'm gonna throw.
Kendrick has not. Hold on. Let me.
Okay.
You got your bars off. Let me get off mine.
All right.
Kendrick has not set a principle for music. Kendrick has not created a new generation of artists. Period. No, it's true. It's 100%. I'm not saying Kendrick isn't influential. I'm not saying Kendrick didn't impact the world with his unique sounding abilities.
And
what I'm saying is,
and Cole has
100%.
Who has Cole influenced?
Cole is Jay-Z's freaking protege. Cole,
That's who he's been influenced by. Which artist can you say chases Cole's style?
What do you mean?
That's what you're saying. As far as like influencing a wave of artists.
You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Okay, Kendrick didn't have a guy like 21 Savage come out and say, "I want to rap with you, J. Cole." Kendrick didn't have a person like freaking Joyner Lucas making it his life goal to make a song with him and Eminem at one time or another. Kendrick, that's the thing I don't think you realize is like J. Cole influenced people, regardless if it's I influenced them to make music, I influenced them to rap like me. That I truly believe that J. Cole is superior when it comes to influence, when it comes to impact. That's my belief because I also think J. Cole is just I don't know. He's for right now rappers, he's my number one. He's over Kendrick, he's over Drake, he's over everybody. Period. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm just here to tell you my opinion. I don't think that we couldn't do away with J. Cole. That's like doing away with Mac.
It would impact wise, it wouldn't be felt as much as the others. That is just wild.
What?
That is just wild. Kendrick's won a Pulitzer, one of his albums. Kendrick
2014 Forest Hills Drive.
You take away
Forest Hill Drive.
Did that have the impact of To Pimp a Butterfly during
To Pimp
COVID
a Butterfly was
and
fucking
Black Lives Matter?
Stop, bro.
All Right was an anthem for a whole movement.
Oh my God, Black Lives Matter was an anthem for one group of people's movements.
It was a big movement, dude.
Bro.
Does J. Cole have any anthems? Was Crooked Smile an orthodontist movement, bro?
You're crazy. That's crazy. Also crazy for you to bring up the Black Lives Matter movement. Bro, that is so far beyond what we're talking about.
No, it's not. I'm saying the impact.
You're saying
music.
that a famous African American rapper made an album that had racially charged subject content and helped push an agenda for a racially charged group? Whoa! Oh my God, that's so insane. What are you talking about? Of course he did. He's standing up for his people, which I truly believe in, but that's not what makes him an irreplaceable rapper.
How many other conscious artists have made similar songs that could have easily been hijacked?
Bro,
you're saying it like, oh, yes, I get it. Racially charged, it matches up. But that whole concept was because of how well he did it. And that's just that one area. Let's talk about the Pulitzer. Jid sounds exactly like Kendrick. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but the cadence and how he raps, he's literally just Kendrick. And not on Kendrick's level quite yet, but still a very talented rapper.
Yeah, Jid's a fire dude.
Cole, beyond the music, I don't know the impact beyond the music. And I don't think you've exactly clarified that for me either. Like, can you identify specific concrete examples of beyond the music, how he's impacted the game? Like, honestly.
No, I don't think I can right now. I'd have to think about it.
So that's my point. You don't have to
came
think
with that
about it
one
with
holstered.
Kendrick.
You came with that one holstered. You were working on it last night.
We've
Black Lives Matter.
had this
to
in the
Pimp a
group chat for a
Butterfly.
week, and he didn't think about it. I think that means there's
you know
nothing
why?
there,
No,
and I rest my case.
No, that's and look, I'm gonna let you feel like you won, but I just don't see that. I don't see us ever being able to erase Cole. I don't. Period. I think that you can do away with To Pimp a Butterfly because it truly catered to a certain type of listener. Sorry.
In a way that hasn't been done before.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Musicians have always been part of these movements for
Agreed,
social activity.
but not like this. Not since like Public Enemy.
Bro.
Come on. Come on now.
So Public Enemy was influential to hip hop. We could never do away with them.
Yeah. Are you gonna say
You're
no?
biased?
Are you gonna say Public Enemy wasn't? Because I'm not a big Public Enemy fan, but their impact at that time and still,
Brother,
is pretty
anybody
big.
that was saying fuck the police and all that shit was impactful at that time because it was it was the worst time.
But Public Enemy led that way in hip hop.
Okay.
They originate. They're the originators of that conscious kind of movement.
So where are the rest of Kendrick's originators?
What do you mean?
It was fucking gimmicky. He used a situation to build up an album run.
That's wild.
I just feel like
It's a wild take.
I feel like that. I'm not saying Kendrick isn't fire. You know I sided with him in the Drake beef. I'm absolutely not doing away with Cole no matter what, period.
That's just heavy bias.
No, it's not bias.
Look.
It's not bias.
This is a divisive moment. But I have something that's not on the board that might unify us.
What?
Sky King.
What is that?
I was on TikTok.
Sky King. What is Sky King?
And I don't know how I came across this, but there's this video of this dude, and he had a plane all to himself. He didn't hijack it. There's no passengers, but he got access to it and stole it. He stole a whole Alaska Airlines plane. And he was just riding through the sky with it. But his intention was to die.
I remember this. He died too.
And he crashed into a deserted island. Mm-hmm. But it was just such a touching conversation between him and air traffic control.
I remember
because on some level, air traffic control had to have known. I think he expressed it at one point, but even prior to that, is this is this guy's last moments, and dude did like a barrel roll over the ocean, like 10 feet above it, bro. I
remember that. No, I 100% can agree with you. I think that kind of leads me into like a not quite a El Bundy conversation, but like more so like check on your people, you know? Like that guy was there for a reason. He went through those limits. He went through all those, I don't know, like hurdles to get a plane and, you know, for a reason. Like that guy was not planning on walking out that day. He was like, this is what I'm going to do. My life is going to be over.
Yeah.
I am always concerned that, and I love to say this is your shit, right? This is your shit. That's my favorite saying. That's your shit. This is my shit. I'm always concerned that I could have done more. That's always my thing. And it's kind of a slight control issue, maybe, you know, like you bit of a narcissist if you think about like, oh, I could have made a difference. Like, all right, dude, chill the fuck out. But on the note of Sky King and all that stuff, check on your people. Make sure, you know what I mean? A lot of times people just want to talk. They don't want you to fix their problems. They don't want to carry you through them. They don't want you to carry them through them. They just want you to listen. They want to be heard. That's it. They don't want you to fix them. They don't want you to come up. If someone's down and they're talking to you, don't start giving them advice on what to do next. Just be like, I hear you, brother. I love you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. If you need advice, you let me know. But I'm here to listen. I mean it. I know that sounds kind of corny, but I don't feel like people put enough power in the ability to just listen to somebody's words.
I don't think a lot of people really know just how to listen, for being honest.
Yeah.
Like active listening is like,
it's a dying.
I'm a professional. I'm not like a active practicer really in my like modern day life outside of work because I interrupt a lot and I'm reactive. But you know, I think it's very basic skills. It's like just affirmations, you know, something to keep them talking, some head nods.
Yeah.
some yes like Drew does, which drives me crazy editing wise, but I appreciate it.
No.
And just maybe something, just saying it back, not verbatim, but so what I'm hearing is if you started that and how you interpreted it, that's active listening right there. That's all you got to do. But Sky King didn't have, from how they painted it, much of a troubling history. But in that last conversation, he had said something along the lines of like, I have some issues and I'm just finding this out now as he's stealing a plane. I don't think men are very good at talking things out. As close as even me and you are,
Yeah.
I think even we struggle just kind of taking it a little bit further with what we're going through.
Yeah.
We're very toxically independent at times, very self-sufficient, but we all need people.
I have a bad habit of pushing people away to deal with my shit myself, right? And it's 50-50. It's 50 because although I like to be the center of attention, I never wanted to be a negative attention. And the other 50 is out of protection, right? Like I've said this 100 times, a million times in my life, and I'll probably say it till I die. Pridefully, I'm broken, dude. Not well. I have triggers that could probably take away my freedom if I don't work through them. Like it is what it is. I'm not like this badass dude. There's things that create weakness that can be dangerous. And I think I step away, and maybe you can relate to this, is because I don't want to hurt anybody. And I don't also want people to this is my shit for sure. I don't want people to put hope in me. I hate that. I hate, you're going to be brilliant, bro. It's just that you don't fucking know that. How do you know? How do you know tomorrow I'm just going to be done? Like I'm going to lose my battle with this. How do you know that? That's the most frustrating thing to me, for those three fucking, like those words. I don't know if it's 3 or 4. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dismissive of it. It's kind of like, I think that's more for those people's sake.
Yeah.
So that way they can feel good about it,
Yeah.
Like I can walk away feeling he'll be all right.
Yep.
But I think it's fair for you to be a little driven crazy over that.
I had a hardcore boss before I was in Las Cruces, and he literally had an acronym, right? DMWH. Doesn't matter, work harder. Doesn't matter, work harder. Like that is truly this man's living by words. Doesn't matter, work harder. For me, it does matter. And it's hard to work harder when I have no fucking fuel source, right?
Yeah.
I think that, and that guy's incredibly leaps and bounds ahead of me when it comes to success. And I'm talking about monetarily, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. Life is hard, and we've all made the mistake of being shocked by that fact. We all thought maybe it's gonna be easy, but I always have to remind myself, like when I'm in the truck, I spend a lot of times in my truck when I'm driving, like just kind of trying to work through shit from stop to stop or whatever. And I remember I told myself one day, consciously, I was like, this is fucking hard. And then I caught myself and I was like, who the fuck told us it was going to be easy? Who told me it's going to be easy? Nope. I don't live an ordinary life, bro. I don't try ordinary things on a daily basis. And I don't think that extraordinary comes with an easy path, right? And that could be as simple as working through mental health disorders. That could be as simple as trying to navigate your relationships with your spouse or your kids or your friends. At the end of the day, it's not supposed to be easy. Don't be fucking surprised when it's hard and it's crippling and it breaks you, because if you know anything about breaking, right, regardless if it's tearing a muscle, well, that's what working out is. It's to make the muscle bigger and stronger. You break bones, they grow back harder and more dense. That's just how this works. I feel like almost anything requires you to be fucking pummeled in order to get better and stronger and more calloused at it. So it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. That's where we're at. But you know what else is not hard? This is something that would be nice to know. It's not hard to find us on socials.
It wouldn't be hard at all.
No. Where can they find us?
Yo, I love you.
I'm not going to do it.
I love you. No, not because of that. Not because that. This isn't trying to buffer that. But the transition here to the, I was planning it in my head as well. So I'm glad you did it because I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it. But yes, you can find us
Where?
at Fully Lacking on social media websites such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are the websites. We don't need to add any extra embellishments in case anyone in the room wants to.
We also have a YouTube account. I don't know if you want to subscribe to that.
The YouTube, yes, that's not social media, but that is our what we're hoping to get people driven to get our subscribers up. I gotta catch up on some shorts to be uploading over the next week, and it's another one of our episodes. We checked off some boxes. We got the hip hop. We got the sports.
Yeah.
We got the Al Bundy speech.
Yeah.
What more can you